Hi everybody, this is Mr. Go, and this week I've got this DNA mutations activity for you guys in this Google slide deck. You only have to work on the slide deck, and within the slide deck actually has the video embedded in it as well from the Amoeba sisters that will help explain what the different kinds of mutations are for mutations, or like for DNA. And that'll hopefully explain kind of like how things are, like how DNA actually changes based off of the basically the order of the base pairs. So all I need for you guys to do is to go through the slide deck. Okay, make sure that you read the directions. Right, you're gonna need to drag some things into place, and you're gonna need to decode two different messages using the codon key. It's a lot like the emoji project that I had you guys do a couple of weeks ago. So let's take a look at that second slide right here. So make sure that you read this information, super important. That way you understand how the DNA is actually rewritten, okay? And why mutations actually happen and the different kinds of mutations. So for slide number 3, it tells you the directions, okay? And these are the colors, right, for each one of the bases. And you kind of need to go ahead and color each one of those spots so you guys can kind of figure it out, okay? So here's like an example message, right? And so this is kind of like to show you guys like how to do this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go ahead and put the colors based off of these bits of information right here into each one of these different rectangles right here. So for example, with this one, for that rectangle, that's a G. So, and that's G is red. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that red like this. Okay, here's another one that's a G. Okay, and I know it's a G because it's right there. So I'm just going to click right there, make sure that I make that red. Okay, and then that's a C, and C is blue. So I'm going to go ahead and make that blue. Now you're going to continue that, okay, for all of these right here. Okay, so hold on, let me go ahead and undo these guys right here. 1, 2, 3. So here's the colors that I've put into each one of those rectangles right here. Now that I've done that, right, I've color coded the bases, I'm going to go over here, use the codon key to go ahead and figure out, okay, so which letters are represented from each one of these different codons. And a codon is a set of 3 different base pairs right here. So it's guanine, guanine, cytosine. Okay, so and for its red, red, blue, so now I got to go look for it. Where's red, red, blue? It's right here, letter L. So that's the letter L right here. Okay, and if I go blue, blue, red, let's see, blue, blue, red, that's I right here. So that's L, the letter L, and then here's the letter I. And if I keep going, you can kind of see that the next one is the letter K because it's red, red, green. And then eventually it writes a message for you. Okay, and that's the example message right there. So now what I want you guys to do is there's 2 messages that you need to decode. So here's the first message right here. Okay, now note I didn't give you guys a like a bunch of rectangles. You can just double click and go ahead and color. You kind of need to go ahead and put the bits of information in yourself. One easy way to do it, okay, is to just go ahead and zoom in. Okay, and then you can go ahead and make a rectangle about the same size and kind of shape as the rectangles that you see right there. Okay, and then just copy and paste that a bunch of times. And what you're going to do is just place it into that space. So for letter G, again, that's red. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a red. Cool. And then another G. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it, put it right there. Okay. And then that's a T. And a T is green. Okay, good. So let me paste another one right there. Put it right here. And then that's going to be green. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a green. And then that letter, G, red, red, green. So let's see, red, red, green. Red, red, green. So that's a letter K right there. Okay. I think I did that right. Yeah. Okay, good. So let me go ahead and undo those. That way it's cleared up. Cool. Now, once you guys have done that, okay, you're going to go ahead and put the decoded message right here into this yellow box and move on to the next slide. You're going to answer this question right here, explain how this puzzle relates to DNA and how it's interpreted. Okay, place your answer right there. And here's the Amoeba Sisters video that I'd like for you guys to watch. You could just double click into here, and then this will open up to their video. And then over here, you can see, okay, it says drag pieces to the right into the correct groups. So if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see that, okay, there's some pieces right here that I need to go ahead and drag into each one. So obviously that these are the definitions and these are the examples. So, but that's based off of the video. So if you didn't watch the video, you might not know what substitution, insertion, and deletion mutations would be. Right, now if I move on, here's the second message, but this time this one has a mutation. Compared to the first message right here. So this is a mutated genetic DNA code right here. And you're going to do the same thing, okay, and type the encoded message here. And then just have to answer the questions right here. So which type of mutation from slide number 12 do these changes represent, right? So which one of these mutations, right, is represented from after you've figured out and you've decoded this message? It's actually related to this message, okay? And then you can kind of see, right? You can kind of figure it out actually even just by looking at it, which one of these mutations it actually is. Okay, so the mutations are consistent between all of those, right? And then explain how this riddle relates to mutations in DNA. So just place your answers right there. And then when you go to Google Classroom, just make sure that you submit the completed slide deck into Google Classroom, and then you're done for the week. That's pretty much it. All right, if you have any questions, you can send me a message through Jupiter. Or, I mean, again, you could just pause and rewatch this video, or that way you can kind of understand how to decode the message again. But again, try to get that done by the end of the day on Friday, and then you're done for the week. Awesome. I'll talk to you guys soon.